Aloha, Love Tribe. This is a heavy topic to talk about. It's a heavy topic to listen to, but it's something that's prevalent and it's going on in your backyards. It's going on in your cities. It's going on in places that you wouldn't even imagine. Children and women, and some men, but mostly it's women and children, are being trafficked all over the world 24/7. They are being utilized as uh, a product, a commodity that can get used again and again and again and again. And instead of people being able to just go sell drugs or sell a product once, you can sell a human being again and again and again, many, 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 many times a day. And then once that human being has been uh, depleted of their useful uh, life, they can be deleted after they're depleted. Or sometimes, if they're lucky, they get to escape. Sometimes, if they are in a position of uh, non utility, like they get pregnant, then they get thrown into the streets. When this happens to young children, there are not many places for them to go, depending on which country they're in. And right now, we've had over 350,000 children missing at our United States border because of President Biden's open border policies and not having DNA tests, which only take 45 minutes, and making sure that the children who need support as they're crossing the border have a safe place to go with a relative. So that's one thing that's been happening over the last couple years. And again, I'm not political. I'm here to try to find love and support for people in the world and children. A few weeks ago, I got a message from God. I was asking God as I was driving down getting some groceries. I said, God, I'm doing what I can. Is there anything else I should be doing? Are there any other people that I should be serving and supporting on my mission here to create a more loving world? Loud and clear, human trafficking. And I've made a couple of videos about this already, and I'm going to make a whole bunch more. So I hope you are ready for them, and I hope you're ready to share them with other people, and I hope you're ready to take some action with me to make this something that never happens again. God said, you are ready to do this, Valerie. You are ready to help with human trafficking. And I was like, are you kidding me? I've had a lot of sexual abuse in my past. I've had physical violence in my past. And are you sure that and obviously as a child, big time, I'm like, are you sure I'm the one? Because there's many of us, not that I'm the one, but is this the right thing for me personally, God? And God was like, you were born for this. And God said, you were training for this your whole life. And I was like, okay. And so I listen when God talks. I listen. And I've learned very clearly what the messages from God are versus, my fear voice or my ego or things. And so um, I took on that message. And so within 24 hours, about 12 hours later, it was right after that, my girlfriend Claudia in El Salvador, she's like, Val, I'm working with this orphanage and they help teenage girls who are pregnant who've been human trafficked. You want to help? I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. And so that night I was hosting a Twitter Spaces, X Spaces, and it was about, yay, Women's Month. And I told the women what I was up to, and they were all like, yeah, Val, we got you. We want to come down. We want to help. We want to teach these girls personal growth. We want to teach them farming. We want to teach them sewing. We want to teach them, how to be confident and speak in front of a group of people, how to love themselves. And I was just like, okay, sounds like there's a thing here. And so, the House of Life in El Salvador has changed my life in the last few weeks. And so I am working, in addition to the other things that I do, with my business, which is the 11X Love Code. And I help people remodel and redesign their lives after things fall apart. And I got this message. I'm supposed to help these girls and help Bob McDonald and help all of these people who are helping others. So a couple things that we're doing now with Bitcoin for human trafficking and Bitcoin for child abuse is we're teaching the girls. Me Premier Bitcoin, yay! I love Me Premier Bitcoin. Is going to be teaching all of these girls, plus Bob and his staff, the Bitcoin diploma model and how to use Bitcoin. Why is it so important for people to be able to use Bitcoin versus other things? These girls can't get a bank account. They're kids. A lot of people in different developing countries can't get bank accounts. They don't have identification. If you're just coming out of a trafficking situation, out of abusive situation, if you have 12 words that you can remember or sew into your clothing, the way that Roya Maboob was talking about people who did that in Alex Gladstein, you can start a new life because Bitcoin can be your savior. And wow, who would have thought that some strange cryptography, this strange algorithm, this strange thing, math, could save the lives of little girls, save the lives of refugees, save the lives of people who have been brutally opposed and beaten by their government or by their spouse. So I am on a mission, always to spread love and light. And I want you guys to know that we have started, we have a bunch of people who have raised their hand and stood forward and started doing their proof of work. They're showing up to meetings, they're making things happen, and they are going to be helping Bob at the House of Life. And you know what Bob is so cool? He is wanting to put together this open source playbook. How do you start a house of life in a different country? How do you start a house of life where you are? How do you support, if you don't want to start the house of life, how can you support different houses of life all over? The goal is not to have a handout. The goal is to help educate these beautiful young people who have been abandoned, abused, and trafficked how to gain life skills. How do they become web designers? How do they become marketers? How do they become people who sew? How do they become people who create food? Miss El Salvador, beautiful Alejandra, and my friend Claudia were just at the House of Life yesterday in El Salvador. And Alejandra was so generous and gracious. She said, guess what? I'm going to do a workshop and I want to teach everybody here how to grow their own organic food. How cool is that? How cool is it that Miss El Salvador shows up at an orphanage and wants to teach the children how to be self-sufficient with one of the things that's the most important thing, which is your food. And it's just such a great blessing to have had this like tap on the shoulder, smack in the face, whatever it is from God that says, start working on human trafficking. And I've cried many times today and many days because I'm like, are you sure? Because like, I'm going to cry a lot. Like, and people are going to have to fucking deal with me crying as I'm dealing with this because it's really hard, but it's so beautiful. And, I want you guys to go to Bob's page at the House of Life and you can go here or you can go to the Geyser, page here. I want to show you guys the Geyser. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen. Share the screen. Da, 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 House of Life. Here we go. Hold on. There you go. So Ryan Matta is somebody who is a wonderful activist, warrior against trafficking and wants to help protect children, wants to help protect women, and it's just super impressive. He's a wonderful human and a wonderful documentarian and wonderful creator. So Bob put up this Geyser Fund page, and you can donate in Bitcoin. Child Trafficking House of Life Shelter Geyser Fund, and I made my first birthday donations because I got some birthday sats. Thank you guys so much. I love you. And of course, wanted to donate them to the House of Life. And I've got more to come. I've got something happened with the lightning channel, so it got stuck. But anyway, we're trying to raise $1,000, which is not that much money, to get Brian and Bob to Las Vegas so that they can be on my panel at the convention, not the convention, the conference, and talk about Bitcoin for human trafficking. So many people, there are literally millions of people suffering in trafficking situations right now. People have paid their coyotes to get them across the border. And then all of a sudden they've got this indentured slave thing where it's like, you have to work at my farm for, $1 an hour. And then you're only going to get a portion of that. And you have to work for 5 years and all this nonsense. So we've got layers and layers of human trafficking that need to be addressed. Bob is particularly addressing the pregnant children who have been abused, neglected, abandoned, and hurt by their either adults or by stranger adults. So unfortunately, sometimes you may or may not have heard this, but sometimes the families that live in different areas of the world that aren't necessarily wealthy are selling their children to the traffickers because they've got more mouths to feed and one of them can go. And there's so many awful things going on with this. Obviously, as a Bitcoiner, as a lover, as somebody who wants to make the world a better place, there's no one size fits all solution to this. Bitcoin is one way that we can teach young people about financial sovereignty, teach them about financial literacy, teach them about, hey, you can set up an online store and guess what? You can accept payment from every single place in the world that has an internet connection and a Bitcoin wallet. You do not need to have a bank. You can get it and then it's in your wallet. And so what we want to do is help these young people and middle-aged people, it doesn't matter, learn how to be financially sovereign. When you're financially sovereign, guess what happens? You're not selling your children into slavery. You're not giving up their freedom so that you can have $1,000, $100, $50 so that you can feed the other 3 kids. I am sorry to break it to you, and I am sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but this is real. This happens. It's happening right now. Take a breath. Oh, somebody just got trafficked. Oops, somebody just got raped. Oops, somebody just got pregnant. Guess what? Those somebodies are children. There's a disgusting group of people out there that need to go to jail forever or something else that I would prefer that they do, but I'm not going to say it out loud because I know I'll get banned from the social media channels. This needs to stop. There are 3 steps, in my opinion, of how this works. Number 1, identify where the traffickers are, get the survivors. I never want to call them victims. Get the survivors out of that situation. Number 2, rehabilitate them, get them safe, whether they're pregnant or not, whether it's a man or a woman, a boy or a girl, whether they're pregnant or not pregnant, they need to get to a place of safety. Bob talks about when the kids are feeling safe in a warm environment, guess what the 2 things are that they don't want to do? They don't want to give up their baby for adoption, and they don't want to kill themselves. That's kind of good. So Bob right now is in like the second zone of their journey. Journey part number 3, step 3. How do we train and educate and empower these wonderful humans who are the most vulnerable on planet Earth with the skills, the tools, and the resources to become self-sovereign and to become contributing members of society? my friend Claudia, who introduced me to Bob and introduced me to this whole project, she was like, Val, do you know what one of the biggest things that these girls want to do? They want to help other girls get out of this situation. And so there's this thing called the golden chain, in Kundalini yoga and history. You want to have a golden chain of, I got helped, so I'm going to help this other person who's just a step behind me. And then they're going to help a person who's a step behind them. And so by empowering these young people with the tools, resources, and skills to become self-sovereign, wherever they are, it's going to give them a chance to help others. And that's beautiful. And what Bob is doing, which I think is so absolutely beautiful, he wants to create this open source playbook so that other people can create this experience and help people all over the world get out of trafficking situations, get out of abusive situations. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. I want you to, here, let me go put this thing. I need the thing, Geyser Fund. It's a long one with the Geyser Fund, guys. So bear with me as I'm putting it up here. But screenshot this, would you? Here you go. Save. Screenshot this as you're watching it. Go to geyser.fundproject/child trafficking house of life shelter and donate some Bitcoin to these beautiful people. You can, of course, donate fiat if you want. They will happily accept fiat. And we need to get $1,000 for them so that they can get plane tickets and get themselves to Vegas. Okay. It's not that much money. If you're an OG Bitcoiner, you know that that's like, a couple thousand sats. Let's go. But anyways, follow Bob and the House of Life MC, which is Mikasa Kids, on X, and make sure you also follow Ryan Mata, Matta. He's putting out lots of stuff. He's got many great documentaries. They're going to be on my panel, and I just wanted to do this little quickie for you guys. Make sure you stay subscribed to everything that I put out there. DJValerieBeloved.com/subscribe. You'll be on the newsletter. Check out the podcast, all that stuff. Life is so short. If you are not doing something good for other people, what the fuck are you doing? Because you are here to learn compassion. You were here to learn care. You were here to learn how to make the world a better place with your time, treasure, and talent. So what I want to encourage you guys to do is, reach into your heart. Things are silly and crazy and stupid right now. People are killing each other. They're pretending that their story is right and the other story is wrong, and that side is good and this side is bad. La, 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 la. It's all just nonsense. It's all a giant psyop. There are actual human lives out there that have the ability to get saved. And you have the ability with your time, treasure, and talent to do that. So I would encourage you to do it and stop messing around. It's not happening tomorrow. It needs to happen today. It's not happening with them. It needs to happen with you. And so if you follow me, I appreciate you. And I'm a little bit bitchy today. I'm feeling angry because I keep seeing children getting mutilated by stupid people who are not paying attention to the fact that they're just kids and having a tough time. I keep seeing children who are being trafficked and not taken care of and not accounted for because they don't have a voice to speak up for themselves. I keep seeing the bombs that are being dropped on children on many, many, many parcels of land around the world. That is not okay. If you say that one child's life is collateral damage, I wonder if it was your child that should be collateral damage. No, it should not. So nonsense. Just stop with it's okay to drop bombs on people because we have political views that are different or religious views that are different. No, enough. Just shut the fuck up. And so I do not ever want to see a woman or a man or a child, anybody, get bombed, get mutilated, get sold, have a bag over their head with some slits in their eyes and say, here you go, have a nice life. Nobody should be treated that way. And so we need to clean up the world. The world is dirty. The world is messy. It needs a detox. And it needs a detox. And the only way you can detox is to let go of some of these things and figure out what are the good things that you want to put in the system. The good things are compassion. The good things are resilience. The good things are love. The good things are fun and play and joy. The good things are unity and connection. So for those of you listening on whatever side of the fence you might be on, there is no other. That's an illusion. It's a lie. You've been sold a lie. Doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Doesn't matter if you're a Christian or a Muslim. It doesn't matter if you're a Jew or a Hindu. It's all a lie. You are all one giant race called the human race. Stop acting like everybody is your enemy. They're not. There are some systems that need to get broken. There are some ways of being that need to get broken. But for the most part, 99% of us are good. So let's go. Bitcoin for human trafficking. Geyser Fund, Project Child Trafficking House of Life Shelter. You guys can also go to Bob's website, micasakids.org/donate-1. Make sure you follow him on X. Please make some donations, even if it's $5, it helps. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope I see you in Vegas, and I'll see you between now and then. All right.